Here's the two things you need to learn to get to millions of dollars. Number one, the most important thing you'll ever learn is marketing. I think you could do this in your area and you could do it in others. If we could refine what you're doing in your own local marketplace, you'll make more money by going to a higher price range area and you only get referral fees. The way I learned that was by accident. I was selling homes in Columbus, Ohio. Average price at the time was $160,000, $162,000. I got a referral from, back then it was called housebuyernetwork.com. It's now Commissions Inc. Housebuyernetwork.com. I was the very first agent they ever hired because that was through the Proctor program. And I got a referral in Oakland, California, and it was $2.6 million. And I got a referral check that was more than me selling 10 houses and working with the clients here. I'm like, well, why the hell wouldn't I just run ads in California and get a referral fee? That's more than me doing the whole deal here. So I started looking. Back then it was Craigslist. I'm going to run ads on Craigslist in that area, and when I get leads, I'll just refer it to a really good agent I know there. And I started getting $15,000, $20,000 checks in the mail. So I realized the money is in the marketing. It's not in what we do as an agent. That's great. I really care about my clients. I want to do a great job for them. That's all. That's good. I want you to feel that way. But I want you to maybe care about yourself as much as you care about your clients. Second thing you got to learn is negotiations. How many of you agree that negotiating is absolutely everything with us? It's every day. It's what you do. It's every day. Everything we do is negotiating. And if you're not good at negotiate, when I say, are you a good negotiator, that doesn't mean if you're representing a buyer, you get it at a really low price. Or if you're representing a seller, you get it at a really high price. That's not even what negotiation is for you. But the most crucial mindset shift you're going to have is understanding you are not in the real estate business. You are in the business of multiplying assets. We use real estate sales as the vehicle to make that happen. But I don't want you to mistakenly think you're in the real estate business, because then you'll think when you wake up every day you need more clients, or you need to sell them a house, or you can't find the perfect home for them, or whatever. It's, here's what I got, how do I make it bigger? That's truly the business you're in. When you get that mindset shift and you wake up every morning, like the first thing I do is check my bank account. I've done that my whole life, but I used to check it to make sure it wasn't red numbers. You guys been there before? Check to make sure it's not red numbers. And I've done it so long every single day that I used to have to call for a balance. You guys remember when you used to call for a balance before internet? You should expect to get leads, to get calls from that letter you sent out, to get a 7% listing when you give that presentation. You should expect that to happen so it feels like the norm. This is normal and customary in my real estate practice. When you understand your business is to multiply assets, let me give you some examples here. Let's say I have a rental house down the road here. Okay? I have a rental house. I want you to invest in that rental house. You're not a realtor anymore. I want you to be an investor. You can buy this thing for $30,000, but you have to pay cash. In 4 months, we're going to be able to sell it for $295,000. Is that a good deal? You buy it for $30,000. I don't need you to touch it. You don't have to do anything. You got to pay cash. And in 4 months, you can sell it for $295,000. How many of you would do that? Good deal? How many of you would find the $30,000 even if you didn't have it? I got that deal today for you. Where are you going to pull the $30,000 from? Think about that right now. Like, where would you, is it from a 401k? Is it selling something you own? Is it I can go without a car for 4 months? Where would you pull that money from? Could you come up with $30,000 if you had to because you knew it was $295,000 in 4 months? That's marketing. Put $30,000 in, you'll have $295,000. 300 grand, dimes to dollars. If I put 30 grand in, I'll have 300,000. Now we can recognize in a house that makes sense, because it doesn't involve you doing anything, and you don't have to worry about your confidence level and does marketing work, because I don't think marketing works because I tried all this other stuff and that didn't work and I wasted all my money. But when you realize that you've got a machine that you can put $30,000 in and $300,000 can come out in 90 to 120 days, you start to find the money when you think you didn't have any money, because that's all we're doing is multiplying assets.
Sell another house.
Yeah, sell another house, you got 30 grand. And then put some of that in. Let's say another example. You can buy a rental house for $30,000. It rents for $10,000 a month, and I already have a long-term tenant in there. Would you guys buy a rental property for $30,000 if it rented for 10 grand a month? That's marketing. Put 30 grand in, you'll bring in 10 grand a month. Like, I want you to look at it that way, that I'm investing to multiply my assets. If I put $100,000 into something, all I care about is how much more am I going to get back. I'm certainly not going to put it in something that gives me a 6% return every year. I'm going to lose money on that deal. I'm losing money. But the problem is, when I say put $30,000 in marketing, first thing you think is, well, what if it doesn't work? Look, if the offer sucks, it's not going to help you. If your offer sucks, the money you spent is wasted. If your offer is good, the money you spent to promote is multiplied. So you really have to think about that, especially now with all the new rules and buyers have to agree to pay you and all this stuff that we're doing now. You really need to think about, is my offer good enough that they would work with me exclusively, won't cheat on me, won't go directly to the FSBO or have their brother sign the deal because he has a contract or he has a license or whatever. But everything you're doing now, I want you to look at exponential growth instead of incremental growth. If you can come up with $30,000 as an example, don't be excited to turn it to $35,000. I want you to be excited to turn it to $300,000. Exponential growth, not incremental growth. Huge money in short bursts. Because by the way, that's what you have had your entire career. You've had huge money in short bursts. It's just the bursts aren't very often. They're every 2 to 3 months. You get a lot of money, followed by destitute and ramen noodles, right? You go to the dollar store, like, damn, they got a whole case of ramen noodles. Y'all can't break these up so I can buy one? I can't afford a case of them. That's how it works.
Hey, it's Greg Luther, and listen, if you don't follow this channel, there's a good chance you're never going to see me again. I consistently put out regular content, and it's extremely helpful for real estate agents to grow their business. I want to keep you up to date on what's working so that you're in the know and you can take action accordingly. So be sure that you like and comment here, but most importantly, make sure you follow, share, and subscribe to our channel so that you don't miss out on anything. I'm here to help you in growing your business, and I'd love to do so. Follow right now.